Hey guys, it's Caitlin the Michigan Girl, and I am here to do a trailer reaction, finally, for the new Frozen 2 trailer. I think this is going to be, I don't want to say it's the final one, it's the second one they did. They released a teaser trailer this summer. They released a first official one a couple, I want to say 1 or 2 months ago, and they just released this new trailer on Monday, which I was not able to watch on Monday. I was not able to do this Tuesday because, as you guys know, I am working. I have a job that I am loving, and so I am working. So I was working when the trailer dropped, so I was not able to watch it, which is kind of a good thing because I can do it. So today's my day off. I'm doing my reaction, and I know it seems like I have done a ton of reaction videos to Frozen, for Frozen 2. But the honest to goodness truth is I love Frozen. I loved Frozen. I know I have one of my coworkers at work says he doesn't understand why everybody went nuts for Frozen, and it's honestly it can be hard to understand, I guess, for some people. But Frozen was just a really, really, really good story. The music was amazing, and just the history of that. Like, originally, Elsa was not supposed to be like this misunderstood character. She was literally supposed to be the villain. Because Frozen was supposed to be Disney's version of the Snow Queen. And in that story, the Snow Queen is basically the villain. And so and if you see the original character sketches for Elsa, she really was meant to be the bad guy. So I really like how they changed it. And I just love how Frozen came out. And I think it's a beautiful story. I love Frozen to death. I did hit Frozen fatigue when they did the Christmas parade one year, and they basically turned into a Frozen tribute. That's where I drew the line. I like Frozen. I love Frozen. Like I said, I have loved it. I love the music. I love the movie. I am planning on getting the Broadway soundtrack for Frozen, just so I can have that song Monster. But I drew the line and I love the fact that at the parks now for Christmas at Walt Disney World, the castle lighting ceremony at Magic Kingdom is a Frozen stage show. I love that because to me that makes so much more sense than what it used to be. And what it used to be was the fairy godmother draping Cinderella castle in ice to look like the glass slipper. That was a nice story. However, I didn't really get that. That was something that I didn't really understand. The Frozen stage show, it makes so much more sense to me, and that's why the castle looks like it does. So I love it. So, but making the Christmas parade like 100% Frozen, that's where I drew the line. But yeah, I still love Frozen. I can't wait to have kids of my own to introduce them to Frozen. So I'm really excited for Frozen 2. I haven't seen the trailer. I have seen some headlines, and what the headlines are hinting at is that Frozen 2 is going to take us into where Elsa's powers came from, how she got them, the history of her powers. And I'm really interested to see this because, and I'll talk to you guys after the trailer about why I think if this is the way Frozen 2 is going, why it's really interesting, especially if you're a fan of both Frozen and Once Upon a Time. You might know what I'm getting at. So let's go ahead and view the trailer for Frozen, the official trailer 2. Once again, I apologize in advance for those who are new to watching my reaction videos. I don't have the screen within the screen, so I am unable to show you guys what I am reacting to while I'm reacting to it. But hopefully you just enjoy seeing my reaction, and yeah, so let's get started. I'm super, super, super pumped. I cannot wait.
Far away, as north as we can go, once stood an enchanted forest.
You've seen an enchanted forest?
Yes.
Whoa.
It was a magical place, but something went wrong. Since then, no one can get in or out.
Papa, that was epic.
What would I do without you? You'll always have me.
Has Elsa seemed weird to you?
She seems like Elsa.
There's this voice.
Voice? What does that mean?
Oh my gosh.
The kingdom is not safe. Find who is calling to you. They may have answers.
I'm going with you. Anna? No. Excuse me, I climbed the North Mountain, survived a frozen heart, and saved you from my ex-boyfriend, so, I'm coming.
Come here. How did you get in the forest?
The mist parted for us.
Impossible. Where did you learn magic?
Oh my gosh, get out!
You can't just follow me into fire. Then don't run into fire.
Magic is very annoying. Without you, she may lose herself too. Protect Arendelle at all costs.
I believe in you, Elsa, more than anyone or anything.
Quick question. Is the whole putting us in mortal danger gonna be a regular thing?
Wow, okay. Yeah, that was good. So yeah, just so the headlines are true. They are going to have to go. It looks like Arendelle's in trouble. And the opening sequence, the story. Okay, my thoughts are jumbled like they always are to trailers. So it starts with Anna and Elsa's dad telling them the story about this magical forest and how something went wrong and now nobody can go there. And what's interesting is their mom. You know, there was a lot of talk when like the first teaser trailer came out. You saw like these two kids that looked like Anna and Kristoff. But now watching that trailer, I don't think it's Anna and Kristoff. I think that's Anna and Elsa's mom and dad. And I think their mom was part of this group of people that lived in the forest that were like magical or something. And something happened. The forest has been blocked off. And now whatever separated the forest from the Arendelle is now threatening the kingdom. And so now Elsa must go on this trip to discover what is calling to her, the magic, whatever it is. And Anna, of course, is not going to let her sister go off on her own because, as she said, you know, I climbed the mountain for you. I survived a frozen heart. I fought my ex-boyfriend. I saved you from my ex-boyfriend. I am not letting you go do this on your own. And it's going to be really interesting because you definitely you've heard there are moments where Elsa's like, no, you can't do this. I don't do this. And like at one point Elsa's like, you can't chase me into fire. And Anna's like, then don't run into fire. So it seems like their bond is growing deeper, but at the same time they're starting to like butt heads a little bit. But I totally understand it. So it does look like we are in it. So from the trailer, I can say 10-1, we are probably going to be exploring the origin of Elsa's power. And the reason why I said this is interesting and why I said Once Upon a Time fans would probably agree with me is because in Once Upon a Time they did cover the source of Elsa's power, the history behind it. I think in season 3 or 4 is where Frozen came in, and spoiler alert, it was really interesting. And of course, what happens in Once Upon a Time is not canon. So basically, the story of Elsa's powers in Once Upon a Time is that she is not the first person in her family to have these powers. Her mom, the royal family, which is descended through her mom, and Arendelle looks like their father's the king, but in Once Upon a Time, the monarchy was through her mother's family, and her mother was not the oldest. Her mother had, I think it was two sisters, and the oldest, I think, was named Inga, and she developed these magical icy powers, and when they discovered them, the sisters made a vow, and they tied yellow ribbons that this would never tear them apart. And then the Duke of Weselton, he came and he was very seriously courting the middle sister. However, he was also attracted to Inga, and he tried to put some moves on Inga, and Inga attacked him and freaked out, and the sister he was courting came in, and Inga accidentally froze the sister, and what had happened, and Elsa and Anna's mom saw that, and the 3 sisters prior to this had traveled to the Enchanted Forest, had made a deal with Rumpelstiltskin, had traded in their ribbons because Inga was so afraid that she was going to hurt somebody with her powers, and Rumpelstiltskin gave them a jar with which they could entrap Inga. And so Anna and Elsa's mother used that jar, trapped Inga, which I said, I'm not really sure if her name is Inga, I think it was, trapped Inga, then went to the trolls and had the trolls erase all memories of Inga and the other sister and the powers, and so thought that was over. And then, of course, Elsa displayed these powers, And the reason why, and then Once Upon a Time, they say the reason that Elsa and Anna's parents were killed in a shipwreck is that they were actually traveling to the Enchanted Forest to once again seek help from Rumpelstiltskin and other beings who knew more about magic than they did, because Arendelle didn't really know about magic, and so that's why they were shipwrecked. And they sent a message, and they tried to get a message out to Anna and Elsa. So, and that is the reason why Anna and Elsa kind of get into our world through Once Upon a Time, is because they learned the truth and they learned the history, and Elsa thinks that their parents were trying to remove her powers. So it was a very interesting origin on the history behind Elsa's powers on Once Upon a Time. However, I think I might like the story behind them in the Frozen 2 movie better, the official canon story. And Once Upon a Time, it was good. It was really interesting, but I really think I'm going to like it better in the movie. So, and one of the reasons I was so excited about this trailer is, like I said, I want to do 3 movies at the end of this year. And I know for sure 2 of them are going to be Cats and Rise of Skywalker. However, there are sequels to 2 movies I really loved. I loved the first Maleficent. It was amazing. And I really, really loved Frozen. So I'm trying to decide between Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, or Frozen 2. So actually, I might ask your guys' route. Which movie do you think I should go see? I'm kind of leaning towards Frozen 2. However, I don't think that comes out in November, so that might be kind of hard for me to go see, and Maleficent might be easier for me to see. However, I'm not sure. So you guys, drop a comment down below. Tell me your guys' opinions on which movie I should go see, either Maleficent or Frozen 2. Also, you guys, tell me what you think of the Frozen 2 trailer, the newest one. Did you guys like the first Frozen when it came out? Did you not? Are you excited to see where Frozen 2 is going to go? If you watched Once Upon a Time, what aspects do you think they might bring in from Once Upon a Time to the movie? So just let me know what you guys think. I always love hearing from you. Thanks you. So I got to end this because I'm hungry and I want to go get lunch and vlog a little bit today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I always love doing these videos, and I always love reading your comments and seeing what you guys think. So thanks for watching. I'm sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.